Sally Field, the actress, remember her? She hasn't been in a lot lately, but she used to be a big actress. Sally Field has just gone viral explaining the intense shame she felt as a result of an abortion she had decades ago, and then uses that experience, bizarrely, to convince people to vote for Kamala Harris.
I found out I was pregnant. Luckily, I had a family doctor who was a friend of the family, and he drove me and his wife and my mother in their brand new Cadillac, to Tijuana. I had no anesthetic. There was a technician giving me a few puffs of ether, but he would then take it away. So it just made my arms and legs feel numb and weird. But I felt everything, how much pain I was in. And then I realized that the technician was actually molesting me. So I had to figure out, how can I make my arms move to push him away? And, so it was just, this absolute pit of shame. And I, then when it was finished, they said, go, 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 like the building was on fire. And they didn't want me there. It was illegal. And fate, something glorious outside of ourselves, whatever you believe, reached in. And a few months after that, I began auditions. I didn't have an agent. I wasn't really an actor. I'd been doing it in high school constantly. And I began auditioning. And by the end of that year, I was Gidget.
By the end of that year, I was Gidget. She says, but she felt this intense shame. What was the shame? Where did the shame come from? That, to me, that is the key to this whole story. Obviously, the experience she went through was traumatic. But why was it traumatic? She says it was traumatic because she felt everything. She was awake the whole time. She saw what was happening. She felt what was happening. At one point, she mentions that she had the impression that the technician was molesting her, which I mean, obviously the technician was in intimate areas killing her child. So it may have appeared that way. He may have actually been doing something additionally perverse. The whole thing is obviously perverse. But was even that, which is so horrifying, would that be the source of the shame? There's nothing shameful about being the victim of a crime. And even if it feels, has all sorts of traumatic feelings associated with it at the time, certainly in retrospect, you wouldn't say it's shameful to be the victim of a crime. Go to preborn.com/Knowles. The left is zealous for the blood of babies, going as far as supporting free abortions at the DNC. Kamala's extreme, radical stance for abortion is clear in her running mate. As First Things reported, quote, Tim Walz supports the right to infanticide. Infanticide is the taking of a baby's life after birth. I suppose it would also refer to it before birth, but specifically after birth, that's what they're supporting. It's insane. The media have dubbed this the abortion election. We've got to stand up to this evil. When you join forces with Preborn, the largest pro-life organization in the country, you are protecting the greatest victims in our society, babies in their mother's womb. Preborn's network of clinics is positioned in the highest abortion areas in the country. They've rescued over 300,000 babies. When a woman considering abortion searches to end her baby's life, Preborn is there. The power of the ultrasound combined with God's love doubles a baby's chance at life. One ultrasound is just $28. 5 ultrasounds are $140. Right now, to donate securely, dial pound 250, say baby. That is pound 250, keyword baby, or you can go to preborn.com/Knowles, preborn.com/Knowles. The shame obviously comes from the thing she was doing. And she even says that. It was the awareness of the thing that she was doing. She couldn't even go to sleep and pretend like it wasn't happening. She was conscious the whole time that she was killing her child. That's where the shame comes from. And that shame is the exact same whether the abortion is technically legal or officially illegal. It's exactly the same. This She says, well, no, it was because we were in a dingy office in Mexico. Abortion mills remain dingy and disgusting in dangerous places. Think of Kermit Gosnell's abortion factory. Well, you might not be able to think of it because it wasn't covered widely in the news. This is probably the worst serial killer in American history, well, certainly one of them. Filthy office, all sorts of disgusting procedures. This woman talks about being potentially sexually molested. These abortion mills regularly cover up human trafficking, sexual molestation, rape of underage girls, statutory rape. Also, they regularly, there have been undercover videos that just within the last 10 years that have revealed this, about multiple abortion mills. So that doesn't distinguish this killing site in Mexico versus a killing site in America under the name Planned Parenthood. The shame is from the abortion. And then look at what she says. Look immediately where her mind goes. She goes, but then after I killed my child, fate came around and I became a famous actress. Right. You sacrificed your child to a demon, and then the thing for which you sacrificed your child, being able to smile on camera and have people applaud you in movie theaters, came true. So yeah, you did get what you wanted. Was that worth it? It's the same. This is absolutely no different from pagan cultures sacrificing their infants to the rain god so that there would be a good harvest. And maybe you do get a good harvest, but it's not worth it. There's still a shame that exists because the natural law is inscribed in every human heart. And you know that it's wrong. You know it's a violation of the moral law. And you know that ends, no matter how good those ends are, never justify evil means. And that shame stays with that woman decades later. I guess that's what's so striking about it to me. She can't bring herself to come to the conclusion that naturally flows from her narrative. But she also can't ignore the shame. You don't need to listen to me, a pro-lifer. You don't need to listen to any number of right-wingers talk about the shame. She's telling you, even Sally Field, even the super left-wing actress who is presently campaigning for Kamala Harris, even she admits, yeah, this shame of killing my kid has stuck with me my whole life. The shame and, it would seem, the regret. That was a good clip. Now you better stop and ring the bell, or I'm going to get you. See you next time.